Welcome to How to Win Every Bitcoin Hackathon. This will be the most useful presentation of your lives. This will teach you how to consistently win at every Bitcoin Hackathon that you ever go to from here on out. All right, let's go. The goals of this talk, there's a few things we want to accomplish. The main thing is that I want to encourage you to participate in today's hackathon. We'll go over why exactly, but everybody at this conference should be participating and competing in the hackathon. In addition, I want to help you get more bang for your buck. Hackathons are a high effort activity. And if you're going to be putting in all of this effort, hopefully you can get some value out of it. So I'm hoping to leverage your efforts in this hackathon. And lastly, I want to encourage you to participate in more hackathons. I have fallen in love with the hackathon world. I've fallen in love with hackathons. I think that this is the epitome of what makes software engineering magical. The ability that we can be from our couches and erect cathedrals from nothing. Just with a little bit of cleverness, we can create something from nothing and change the world. So yeah, I think hackathons are the best place to do this. So very excited. If you've never been to a hackathon before, a hackathon is really a misnomer. We're not hacking into anything specifically. Hackathons are really build-a-thons. They're building competitions. It's a competition to build something with technology in a short amount of time. Typically, they're 24 to 48 hours, 1 or 2 days. The one at this conference is 36 hours. They're hosted at most technical conferences. But and finally, like the vibe is that it's an all-out sprint to go as fast as possible to build as much as possible. And then you present to judges at the end. Anywho, hopefully you could still kind of get the vibe and just see everything. They were just explaining that hackathons are building competitions with a bunch of ambitious engineers trying to build something from nothing. That video is from an organization that runs college hackathons, but the vibe is very similar for conference hackathons, and it's the similar vibe at Bitcoin++ hackathons. So if you ask somebody that has never been to a hackathon what it feels like, what it looks and feels like, you'll usually get one of two kind of answers. Either it's shadowy supercoder, where everybody is huddled in a room hacking in a bank vault, or it's this massive party atmosphere where everybody's slamming shots and it's a rager the whole time. In reality, hackathons are somewhere in between. Like, real hackathons are halfway between shadowy supercoder and go hard as a motherfucker. So yeah, it's a magical vibe. Yeah, real hackathons is a bunch of smart people being hyper-productive together and sprinting to make something from nothing. They are amazing. Also, hackathons are an opportunity to learn something new. You can ship an entire project in a weekend, and also you get to work on something that you want to. Yeah, typically when you're working, it's all about being productive and doing what you ought to be doing, but hackathons are the one time that you can work on what you think would be a good time to work on. All right, moving on to the main topic of discussion. That is a little bit of background on hackathons. Now I'm going to give you the secret ingredients about how to win the hackathon. All right, you guys ready? The secret sauce is about to be given. How we are going to do this is we're going to walk through a mock hackathon together. Yeah, we're going to go through the whole process from start to finish. We're going to make a project together on stage, and we're going to present to judges together. So let's do one together. Ready, go. If you've never been to a hackathon, there are 3 main parts of the hackathon. First, you have the hackathon beginning. This is the kickoff. This is when you say go. You're not allowed to start work before the hackathon kickoff. But then after the hackathon kicks off, the main portion of the event is the hacking period. This is where you're building your project. You're assembling everything together. You're working super hard for 22, actually. Okay, this example is 24 hours. Ours is going to be, at this conference, 36 hours, but all of the numbers are basically the same. Yeah, so we have a long hacking period, and at the end of the hacking period, we will have a presentation to judges. And usually that's about 3 to 5 minutes, where you have the opportunity to present what you built to a panel of judges, and they pick the winners. All right, so hackathon has kicked off. What's the first thing that you do at a hackathon? The first thing you do is you find a team. So maybe about half an hour in, oh yeah, at our event, there'll be an opportunity to do team building if you don't have a team already. But the first thing that you do is you assemble your team. So let's say maybe 30 minutes in, we've assembled our team. Next, once you have your team, you got to pick an idea. You got to settle on an idea so you can actually build something. So let's say maybe for a half an hour, we debate and we decide what we're going to build. So For this hackathon, what are we going to build? What do you guys want to build? Any ideas? Any ideas of what we could build? Okay, I have one planned. So here's the idea. I have a dog, and I want to build a website that has a live stream of my dog. And I want on the website there to be a Lightning invoice. And if anybody pays that Lightning invoice, I want my dog to automatically get dispensed a treat. I think that would be a kind of a fun project. So you have a live stream, you pay an invoice, my dog gets fed a treat. That'd be a fun little hackathon project. So yeah, my dog gets a treat. Very, very happy. So an hour into the project, we assembled a team. We settled on an idea. What's next? Well, for the next 22 hours, we are going to hack as hard as we can. We're going to hack. We're going to build, and then and it's amazing. Like we're going to be super productive. And at the end of the hacking period, at about 10 minutes before the presentation to judges, we're going to realize that, oh my God, we have to present. And we're going to start panicking. And then we're going to ask ourselves, why the hell did we spend 4 hours on building off? And we're going to panic some more. And then eventually we're going to realize we can't actually build a proper presentation. And we're going to say, okay, let's just wing it. It doesn't matter. We have no time anyways. And then we're going to walk on the stage and we're going to be shaking because we're so nervous. And then eventually we're going to have a big sigh of relief. The event's over. We just did our first hackathon. It didn't go quite as according to plan, but it's all right. It's over now. That was fun. We did the whole hackathon. We had a good time. It was pretty stressful, but not so bad. A question for the audience. Of this whole period, of this whole event, what are we being judged on? Anybody? Shout it out. Yes. What part are we being judged on? The presentation, yeah. The only thing we're being judged on is this 5 minutes at the end. Nothing else matters. So why are we going to spend all of our time building it and only remember that we have this 5-minute slot at the end? So I don't know. Any ideas? What went wrong in this presentation? Yeah, just shout it out. What went wrong? What could we have done better? Yeah, we didn't spend enough time on our presentation. Pretty obvious, yeah. The presentation's pretty important in this whole process. It's the only thing we're being judged on. Any other things went wrong? Well, one thing is we built stuff that didn't get used in the demo. We spent 4 hours building authentication, and obviously that was not important for the hackathon project. So let's try to avoid that in the future. Another thing is we got super stressed. Hackathons are a fun activity. They should not be stressing you out. They're supposed to be fun, and if we're getting super stressed, that's part of the game a little bit. But we should try to minimize that if at all possible. So, okay, how can we change this up? What can we do different to improve our hackathon success? So, we're at our second event, second try. We're doing another hackathon together. About an hour in, we settled on an idea. We've assembled our team just like before. The next thing we're going to do, we're not going to start hacking. We're going to spend roughly an hour, maybe 30 minutes, but we're going to make a rough presentation. We're going to sketch out how we're going to present before we even start building. So what does that look like? I'm about to give you the secret sauce, the piece of de resistance of how to win a hackathon, the winning hackathon presentation. So it's a simple formula everybody can follow about making a winning hackathon presentation. So there's 3 parts. The first part is background info, and that involves uncovering a problem and leading to a solution. This will make a little bit more sense as we go. The second part is the majority of the presentation. This is you demonstrating what you built, talking about what you built and showing it off. So what this involves is you're going to introduce the project and talk about what it's trying to do and what you built. And then you're going to demo the project. You're going to show off what you actually built. And then the last part, this is very, very important. The last part is the review. It's where you help people understand what it is they just saw. So you're going to explain why the project is important. And specifically for a Bitcoin hackathon, you're going to explain why the project is important for Bitcoin existentially. This is like the thing that makes your project actually win is people understanding and connecting the dots of connecting this work to productive output for Bitcoin. So you're going to make sure that you touch on your presentation why it's important for Bitcoin. And then lastly, You're going to maybe talk about some future final closing thoughts about next steps so people can kind of see the trajectory of your project. Make sense? Awesome. Okay, so we have our doggy live stream idea with Bitcoin. How can we convert this into a winning presentation? It's simple. Let's turn it into a compelling pitch. So we have our presentation formula. We have our format. Let's go through and actually stub out the presentation that we're going to give. So first, we got to talk about background info. I'm going to introduce my dog Bosco to the audience and talk about Bosco. I'm going to uncover the problem by saying that my dog loves treats but hates being alone. And then I'm going to say, if only I could feed my dog while I'm away traveling. That's kind of leading to a solution. It's, we have a problem and we're leading to what we can do to fix the problem. Next, we're going to explain the project. We're going to introduce our app called the Remote Feeder. The Remote Feeder is going to solve these problems. And then we're going to demo the Remote Feeder. At this point, we're going to stub out exactly what we're going to show in the demo. So for this project, we are going to navigate to a website. We're going to show off that my dog is being live streamed on the website. We're going to pay a Lightning invoice. And then we're going to show my dog getting fed. Very, very simple. Just all the things that kind of matter for this story. Then the last step is why it matters. So we demo the project, and now we're going to do a little bit of a review. So it matters because it's going to scale my dog's love to the world. My dog's super cute, so we want to scale my dog's love to the world. And now the next thing, why it matters for Bitcoin is we're going to encourage dog lovers to download a Bitcoin wallet. We're going to fix Bitcoin adoption through my doggy live stream app. All right, and then future final thoughts, if I wanted to turn it into like an app or a company or whatever, not as important. But the important thing is that I'm going to encourage dog lovers to download a Bitcoin wallet. Okay, so we're 2 hours into our second try of the hackathon. We have a rough presentation. What is next? We have the hacking period. And what are we going to build for this hacking period? Well, we know exactly what we're going to build. We've already figured out what the demo is going to be. So now we have the MVP set of features that we're going to produce in the next 24 hours. So we're going to navigate to a website. It's going to show off my dog. We're going to pay an invoice, and we're going to show my dog getting fed. Those are the only features that matter for this hackathon. And that's the only thing we're going to focus on. So then we're going to hack. We're going to go super, super hard, and we're going to build as fast as we can. So you might be wondering, is this kind of if you've never been in a hackathon before, if you've never built something quickly, the hacking process can seem pretty elusive. So we're gonna walk through actually building this project from start to finish in a kind of half-finished way on stage. So how can you hack in the 21st century or in 2025? Well, you're going to be using AI tools. AI tools are changing the hackathon world. I'm going to be showing off a tool called bolt.new. Bolt.new is a website where you can put in a prompt and we'll spit out a working application. And we are going to live demo this today. So I'm going to go to bolt.new. And as this loads, I have this prompt. I want to build a fun online experience for users to interact with my dog via webcam. Users will see a live stream, and it'll have a button to open a modal to pay a 1,000 Satoshi Lightning invoice. Upon them paying, a confetti animation should dispatch, and it should trigger my dog getting fed a treat. Basically all the things. So I have this nice prompt in the comments. I'm going to go to bolt.new. I'm going to paste this in. So this is bolt.new. What do you want to build today? You can build web and mobile apps. Let's see what happens. So this is going to send the prompt off to an LLM. It is going to, oh, look at this. So apologize. We need to point out some unnecessary limitations. The bot is smart enough to realize that it can't actually get a real webcam in this software, so it's going to give us some options. So would we like to make a simulated webcam feed, a mock lightning payment modal, a confetti animation, a visual treat on dispensing? Oh, that's great. So would you like me to create this demo version? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sounds great. So realize the limitations is suggested exactly what it's able to do. And it is off to the races. So right now it's scaffolding an entire project, a brand new project. It's going to be using Vite and PNPM, or just kidding. It's using Vite and NPM and React, and it's going to build this entire project in front of our very eyes. Show of hands, has anybody here used bolt.new or similar tools like Vercel v0? Vercel v0, yes. Replit agent, another one. Are there any other favorites that you guys have? Any other AI tools you've tried? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Lovable is another one. There's a million of these. There's like 50,000 funded startups in Silicon Valley. And just like that, we have a working project. So I have my puppy cam, it's a fake live stream. I'm going to click the send treat button and see what happens. So scan this lightning QR code to send 1,000 sets and dispense a treat. And then I'm going to simulate the payment by clicking this. Confetti. It's pretty insane. This was one shot. I mean, almost one shot. And we have almost an entire working project. All that's left to do is just hook up the live stream to a real a video feed, and then maybe build the treat dispensing thing. That would require some effort. And then hook in the lightning payments. But everything else is basically done. Cool. So we've built our project. We've hacked super hard, and we now have a working project. At about 45 minutes before our presentation, we are going to stop. We're going to stop hacking, regardless of how close we are to achieving any milestone. We're going to completely full stop our hacking, and we're going to say, okay, let's make a presentation. Let's practice a presentation. 45 minutes, not that much time to create a presentation, right? But okay, let's see if we can do it. So in order to make a hackathon presentation, you kind of need a presentation format. Some people hate these, but I still think that they're really important for telling the story or really helpful. You don't have to use these, obviously, but you can present in any way that you want. You can use a markdown document, slides, Canva. I like slides, but people have won hackathons using every presentation tool imaginable. Okay, so let's make a presentation. We have 45 minutes. It's kind of close to the deadline. What do we do? Well, awesome. We've already actually stubbed out our presentation, so we know exactly what we have to do. And we've built the project to fulfill exactly the demo that we've been thinking of this whole time. So we know exactly what we have to do. All we have to do is just throw together some slides quickly that walk through these steps and then present it in front of judges. So let's do that. Hello, everybody. My name's Alex. I'm presenting my hackathon project called Remote Feeder. Yeah, very excited to be with you today. So, background. This is my pet Bosco, the world's cutest dog. And everybody that meets her loves giving her treats. And she loves the treats too. And something that's amazing is that she can connect with people on a deep level every time they give her treats. Obviously, this is the background info. I talk about uncovering or I actually haven't even, this is just pure background info. I haven't talked about the problem yet. But now we have a problem. Sometimes I need to travel, and that makes Bosco very sad, and nobody likes a sad dog. And there's a logistical issue to Bosco's love, is that people physically need to visit her in order to meet her. And this is introducing problem, uncovering solution. So we have some goals. So for the purpose of our project today is I want to interact with my dog while I'm abroad. Also, I want to allow other people to interact with my dog without actually physically traveling to my house. This is introducing the solution. And then finally, I'm wondering if there's a way that we can use Bosco's cuteness to promote Bitcoin adoption. That'd be great. So that's the goals of our project. I'd like to introduce you to Remote Feeder, an online portal to meet my dog Bosco. Over the past 24 hours, we've built an application that lets users interact with my dog and feel the love of Bosco from afar. So we built a web app containing a live stream of Bosco herself. The web app presents users with a lightning invoice, and upon being paid, Bosco is given a treat. We can go to the demo. Say, so this is Puppy Cam. This is the doggy live stream app. We have here a live stream. You can see my dog. Obviously, there's no dog here, but if this is a real demo, you can see my actual dog. There's a modal here for sending my dog Bosco a treat. Now anybody can pull out their Lightning wallets and pay this invoice. And just like that, my dog is paid. And as you can see, we have spread my dog's love to the world through this website. And anybody that loves my dog and is not already a Bitcoiner now realizes that Bitcoin can help connect dogs with people from across the world. So that's the demo. The results. What did we just accomplish? We've connected Bosco to the world. We've given, in addition, we've given dog lovers a reason to download a Lightning wallet. Prior to this, there was no reason, there's no native reason for a dog lover to download a Bitcoin wallet. But now we can use dogs to help people find reasons to become Bitcoiners. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. That wasn't so hard, right? It's pretty easy. Just took our format, we put it together into slides, and we made a hackathon presentation that was kind of compelling. It was a stupid little project idea. It was just a live stream that has a dog on it, and you pay him, but it's pretty cool. You could turn any hackathon project into a competitive presentation just by following this formula. Just like that, we've made an awesome hackathon project, and we had fun too. There was zero stress involved. We've got all the way to the end. We have a cool project out of it, and we won first prize. All right. Are there any questions about Bosco or this hackathon process? It's a good time to stop. No? That's okay. We'll keep going. All right. Given this talk before, something that people wanted was practical advice. So if you want to build fast, some practical advice for, here's some things that you can do to speed up your development time, and maybe some suggestions of technologies to use for winning hackathon projects. For hackathons, you're going to be wanting to, ideally, if you want to cover all the bases, you want a full stack project. You want something that shows that connects with as many people as possible. Not all winning hackathon projects are a full stack necessarily. Sometimes you can have a world-changing application that only runs in the command line. But in my opinion, your hackathon project is always made more effective by having at least a semblance of a front end, a semblance of a user-facing experience so that people can use it. So full stack, your technology stack. I recommend Next.js. Big fan. It's the biggest framework in the world right now. There's a bunch of AI tools. Vercel v0 is amazing. Bolt.new is something that we just looked at. It's pretty amazing. Cursor IDE. How many people use Cursor? Yeah. Really, it's actually only 3 or 4 people that use Cursor. Everybody should ditch NeoVim and just start using Cursor. Yeah, NeoVim is the worst. Anybody that still uses NeoVim is a boomer. Cursor is the future, and AI IDEs are tremendously powerful. Yeah, of course, being a bit facetious, but Cursor is amazing. Everybody should at least try it. Finally, GitHub Pages. If you want to quickly host your application, GitHub Pages is a great way to host static websites for free. Another way to describe this stack, this is vibe coding. If you're you're coding based on vibes. You're not a hardcore engineer, but you're building a real application using vibes. Okay, so that's the full stack application frameworks. Now, as far as actual Bitcoin technology goes, what should you use? There's a few tools that frequent hackathon winners use a lot. One of them is called Polar. Polar is a way that you can simulate Lightning Network infrastructure, also Taproot ACID infrastructure, also Bitcoin node infrastructure in Docker containers on your laptop. It's amazing. Everybody loves it. Polar is fantastic for simulating, Bitcoin infrastructure on your laptop. Voltage. Voltage now offers free MutinyNet nodes to anybody in the world. You can go to voltage.cloud. Voltage is a Bitcoin infrastructure company. They host Bitcoin infrastructure like Lightning nodes and Bitcoin full nodes. They give you free MutinyNet nodes. So for hackathons, that's perfect. You can use MutinyNet as a signet, as a Bitcoin signet. So you can use Bitcoin nodes for free on Voltage. Bitcoin Connect. Bitcoin Connect is a pretty awesome piece of technology. I think now Bitcoin Connect is the single easiest way to implement a Bitcoin wallet into any application. It is a library that you can drop in your application. It uses lit and web components, so it doesn't conflict with your design system. But it provides you this little button to connect a wallet using NWC. It's pretty awesome. And if you want a way to support a user wallet just very, very quickly, NWC is a great choice using Bitcoin Connect. And our last thing to recommend is the Fediment Web SDK, shilling my own bags a bit. But the Fediment Web SDK is a phenomenal new library for building Fediment clients into web apps. If you're actually building a hardcore wallet functionality, I think it's the easiest way to integrate a real wallet into the browser itself. Also, you get the privacy benefits and security benefits of Fediment out of the box. So yeah, if you want to learn how to use the Fediment Web SDK, I highly recommend seeing this talk. The link of the slides will be at the end. You can find this talk, how to build a Fediment wallet in 20 minutes without Rust. All right, now what? Logistics for the hackathon. We all know how to win the hackathon, so what is the case for this event? Well, Bitcoin++ in Floripa is hosting the longest hackathon in Bitcoin++'s history. It's a full 36-hour hackathon. Usually they're less than 24 hours. So this is Hacking Edition, Beach Hacking Edition. So it's very important that the hackathon is going to be a long time, and we'll have ample time to build good projects. Yeah, 36 hours. We have a massive 11 million Satoshi prize pool. This is huge. So there's a lot of prizes, a lot of money to be given away. Everybody hacks. Everybody at this conference is going to hack. There's no excuses. You know, you have bolt.new. Bolt.new, you don't need to write a single line of code and you can have a working project. Everybody that's attending the conference really should be hacking. And yes, we're talking about you. Everybody in the conference is expected to hack. There's nothing going on for the rest of the afternoon after 4 p.m. today. Nothing going on Friday other than hacking. All the way up until 11 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. on Saturday when projects are due. So you have a ton of time. There's nothing to do but hack. No excuses. Everybody is going to be involved. Is there anybody that, I don't know, is concerned about that? Any apprehension about hacking, or are we all on board with this mission? No? We plan on hacking? Okay, fantastic. Yeah, logistics, 4 p.m. We're going to be going over details. We're going to be talking about all of the different challenges that are going to be offered, all the different prizes you can go for, as well as all of the logistics, like what you have to do to actually submit. So yeah, come back here around 4 p.m. for the hackathon kickoff. All right. Some closing thoughts. Yeah, to wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with some closing thoughts, some Zen of hack. Oftentimes, I think people come at hackathons from the wrong perspective, and I'm hoping to share with you my philosophy and with how I think is like the most productive way to think about hackathons. Rule number 1: don't stress. It's just 24, okay, in this case 36, but it's just a short amount of time. You're not going to change the world. Nobody here is going to change the world with their project. And anything that you put together is impressive. It's only 36 hours. It's no time at all. If you can build anything, it's impressive. So yeah, you should feel incredibly confident walking on stage that you had anything to show in 36 hours. So yeah, this really shouldn't stress you out. Rule number 2, maximize the fun. If you have 2 ideas for a project, pick the one that you'll have the most fun working on. Yeah, during the rest of your professional life, you're going to be building what the world needs, what the world desperately needs, and what people are telling you to build. This is the one time that you get to build what you want to build. Yeah, so I implore everybody to build what you want to build, not what you think you should build. And kind of an unintuitive thing is if you're having more fun with your project, you're going to do better competitively, always. Rule number 3, quantity over quality. Yeah, keep showing up. Don't stress about each project. As you do more small projects, you will get better at producing quality projects. If you focus on making a pristine, perfect project the first time, you'll never get the experience of building. You'll never get the experience that you need to build something of quality. So the goal is to maximize the amount of projects that you're shipping. Don't stress about any single project. Yeah, if you ever want to organize a hackathon, this applies to organizers too. Oftentimes, hackathon organizers get into an unfortunate habit of trying to breed more quality submissions, and they don't value the the less quality submissions. That's the wrong way to think about it. If you want to build a successful hackathon, you should be soliciting as many submissions as you possibly can, and the quantity of submissions will breed the quality of submissions. Okay, so on the quantity over quality topic, this is a thought experiment or like a Chinese parable that Grant, who's presenting in the other room right now, told me yesterday that fits this mantra very, very well that I'm going to walk you through today. So there is a old Chinese parable where a pottery teacher has a group of students, and she's instructing them how to make clay pots. So she splits up the group into two big segments, half and half. And the first half of her students, she says, I want you to spend the next 5 hours focusing on making the highest quality pots as possible. Just make you will be graded solely on your ability to make high quality of pottery. And in the second half of the class, she tells something different. She says, I want you to focus on making as many pots as you possibly can over the next 5 hours. And at the end, you'll be judged by the number of pots that get created. So guess, which class created the single best pot? The one focusing on making the most amazing high quality pot, or the ones that were just trying to pump out as many pots as possible? Any guesses? I kind of led it to you, but foreshadowing, yeah, the quantity. The people that make the most pots end up actually making the nicest pots too. Always. And this is a well-known fact. If you just ship more often, you're going to be making better code. So if you focus on quantity, the quality will come. Number 4, lastly, whatever you build, demo it. There are winning hackathon projects that have not even written a single line of code. Again, whatever you make is impressive. So I implore everybody, just go super hard for the hacking period. Just try your hardest to make something of value, and whatever it is, do the presentation. If you demo, you are a hacker. The presentation is what makes you actually a winner. So and as you present more often, you get better at it. So if you're super nervous about just don't be nervous. Just present anyways. Or even if you are nervous, walk up with your ball of nerves and just go for it. Okay. The last thing that we're going to talk about is this blog post that I've been obsessed with for the past couple of years, and I think it's called the Cult of Done Manifesto. It's way less scary than it sounds. It's a few steps, a few things, guidelines. It's like 13 steps. And it, I think, articulates the zeitgeist or the vibe of a hackathon very, very well. So we're going to go through it. Number 1, there are 3 states of being: not knowing, action, and completion. 2, accept that everything is a draft. It helps to get done. 3, there is no editing stage. 4, pretending you know what you're doing is almost the same as knowing what you're doing. So accept that you know what you're doing, even if you don't, and do it. 5, banish procrastination. If you wait for more than a week to get an idea done, abandon it. This goes for hackathon projects too. It's much better just to move on to the next thing and scrap the old thing than to try to focus on your thing for too long. 6, the point of being done is not to finish, but to get other things done. 7, once you're done, you can throw it away. The most liberating feeling in the world is when you get done with a hackathon project, you can just dump it and never touch it again. 8, laugh at perfection. It's boring and keeps you from being done. 9, people without dirty hands are wrong. Doing something makes you right. 10, failure counts as done, so do mistakes. 11, destruction is a variant of done. 12, if you have an idea and publish it on the internet, that counts as a ghost of done. 13, done is the engine of more. Yeah. Now, I look at this and just like internalize it, meditate on it, like maybe once a month. This is the most, it resonated, this blog post that laid these things out resonated with me more than any other thing I've read in software engineering. Doesn't just apply to hackathons, applies with everything in order to be more productive as a person. That's all I have. Happy hacking.
We got a couple minutes left. Does anyone have any questions for Alex about the hackathon, about anything?
How to win a hackathon.
How to win a hackathon. Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious. Do I look like a boomer too? Because I use NeoBoom, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's you are a boomer soul because you use NeoVim. Join us in the future. Use Cursor. I mean, eventually NeoVim is going to catch up, and then you can stop being a boomer. But yeah, no, it's Vim is super cool. Obviously, being facetious. The AI tools are far too powerful to ignore. Yeah, if you're ignoring them because you don't think that they're good enough, no, like you're wrong. Our careers are at jeopardy if you don't get good at these tools. So yeah, implore everybody to put high effort into getting good.
Any other questions? All right, we got one more.
Hi, maybe it's a
Sorry.
maybe this is a silly one, but do you recommend us to sleep a bit between the 36 hours, or you think we should go straight coding all the time?
Phenomenal question. Phenomenal question. This is something that people struggle with is time management and fitting in their sleep. It's incredibly important to get sleep. For a 24-hour hackathon, it is possible to pull off the all-nighter. For a 36-hour hackathon, it is impossible to pull off the 2 all-nighters. So if you really want to be super competitive and maximize your hacking time, I recommend getting a full night of sleep for the first night and then just staying up super late and getting a few hours of sleep before the presentation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, oftentimes at college hackathons, the joke is it's all the freshmen in college, the first year college students. They're the ones who stay up all night, and the seniors who end up winning the hackathon are all the ones that get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, this is just a comment because we do have some people that are doing their first Bitcoin development here. MutinyNet, the blocks are 30 seconds, so it's really good to hack and test stuff and get like stuff done because blocks comes at a 30-second interval instead of 10 minutes. I'm not certain if you said that, but I don't think so.
No, that's a great thing to add. Yeah, MutinyNet, as far as testing in a SIGNet, is amazing. Yeah, like the best, easiest way to test is using a reg test because you can simulate blocks yourself, and that's what Polar is for. But yeah, MutinyNet is fantastic because other people in the audience will be able to use your application on MutinyNet, and there's a faucet and everything, and the blocks are super fast. Maybe one other thing, just while I'm up here to shout out. Yeah, we'll be talking more about this at 4 p.m. today, but the hackathon is being run out of a website called DevPost. So if anybody wants to see the DevPost a bit early and check it out, you can go to bitcoinplusplus.devpost.com. And you can read about all of the rules. You can see the different prizes. It explains everything. It explains the logistics and all of the challenges, all of the submission requirements. Yeah, one thing for the presentations, the advice is shoot for 3 minutes 3 minutes for the whole presentation. Try to get it down under 3 minutes. We'll cut you off at 5 minutes. So in my talk, I suggested 3 to 5 minutes. Really, you should be shooting for 3 minutes, and then yeah, we're going to yank you off the stage at 5 minutes. So yeah, it talks about judging criteria and shows off the different prizes. For anybody that's new to hackathons or new to Bitcoin open source, there is a prize tier just for you. If everybody on your team is a first-time contributor to Bitcoin open source and also like hasn't competed in a hackathon before, you could still win a prize. The best beginner hack is going to the team with the best performance of people that have no experience. So you're definitely still eligible, regardless of your level of skill. Cool. Any other questions? Awesome. Thanks for your time.